Hello, this is Cynthia on the TLC, and this video goes along with the TLC module for creating groups and group assignments in your own courses. So if you're in this module already, you've seen in the tutorial area that there are two parts to the tutorials. One is the pedagogy of groups in your course, why create groups, why use groups, best practices for using groups, and how to prepare your students to work in groups. And the second section is the mechanics of just creating groups and managing them in your course. So we're going to be talking about the mechanics right now. In that learning module, there are several tutorial links that actually go to Blackboard's tutorials. All right, so there are many different topics around groups, and you can scroll along there and read whichever sections of those that interest you. But I just wanted to create this video for those who prefer that kind of tutorial. I'm going to go into a class that we can kind of play around in right now. So in your own course, you'll go to, under the control panel, Users and Groups, and then click on Groups. That brings you to this area, and you can look right away at the group settings, which just tells you permit students to create single self-enrolled groups or permit students to edit student-created groups. Those are just settings that can be there. You don't have to actually implement that, but that's available in case you decide to use those options. So before we get started, let's take a quick look at what the assessment is for that TLC module. All right, so if we go to the assessment task, you're asked to create a single manual enroll or a random enroll group set. And you'll see what that all means in a moment. You're to provide a few specific tools for the students in the group, and then you're going to create a group assignment using the assignment tool. All right, so let's get started with that. So we're going to, under Create, there are two sections. One is a single group, meaning whether you do a self-enroll or manual enroll, it's just going to create one group. Whereas a group set, so say you had an assignment that you want all the students in your class to complete, but they're each in their own individual groups. This will create however many groups you want in one swoop. So we're just going to go with the single group right now and the manual enroll. Okay, that means you as the instructor will enroll the students. All right, so we're just going to call it report group assignments, and then you'll give it a little direction. And so the groups, so make the group visible to your students, yes. So we didn't need to give them blogs, we just wanted a discussion board, email, and file exchange, no journals, tasks. Of course, you could give them more tools than this, but this is just what the that assessment asked you to do. All right. Allow personalization just allows the groups to kind of change the color in their own group space, as well as add a few other modules, and we'll look at that a little later on as well. So we'll just allow. Create a smart view for this group makes it kind of convenient for you. A smart view, if you're not familiar with that, is, say for example, under the Grade Center, when you click that, you have a link that goes directly to assignments and or tests. And so those are smart views. In this case, any column in the Grade Center that has a category of assignments and tests, that's what will be pulled up depending on what you're clicking on. So there's another option for groups, and so that's what this Create Smart View for this group will create. So you'll be able to see the groups right when you click on the Grade Center link. Okay, so you could just look at those particular groups. So now we'll add our users. And it shows that you have chosen 3, and then just click Submit. Okay, so here are the users that we've put in the group, and then just click Submit. So now how do you know that the students actually got in the group if you want some kind of reassurance? So one of the students in the group was my preview student, so I'm going to go into preview mode right now. And I'll show you what happens for students who are enrolled in any group. All right, underneath the regular navigation buttons, there's now a place called My Groups, and the name of the group will be displayed here. So if I click that little arrow on the left, it shows the tools that I gave them in the options of when I was creating the group. There's a group home page which lists these are default modules in the home page. And so because we allowed personalization, they could add more modules as well. And so after later when we create the group assignment, that will display here as well, and that's how the students will submit their assignment. All right, so exit student preview. And so now that we've created the group, let's go ahead and create the group assignment. And it's pretty straightforward. If you've used the assignment tool at all, under assessments, we'll choose assignment. And let's give it a title again. The only thing different between this and a regular assignment is underneath, let's just give it a submission details, there's an option for, by default, generally we use individual submission, but in this case it's going to be a group submission, right? And then we have to choose the group. So if you had all, your whole course in there, you'd have several groups listed. So click on the group, click the arrow pointing to the right, because the groups listed under selected items are the ones that will have access to this group assignment. And you could give several attempts if you wanted to. And then make the assignment available and list your dates if you had any parameters. Click track views and submit. Okay, so let's go back into this preview mode and look at that group home page. So now you can see under group assignments, there's this assignment that the group will be responsible for. All right. So that's all there is to that. So now I'm going to actually go in as my student preview and submit a document so that you can see how to grade that as well. So you can see from the Grade Center that the group has submitted their report. And remember when we chose the option to create a smart view for the group, if the group name isn't showing under your Grade Center pull-down list, then from the Grade Center go to Manage, click on Smart Views, and make sure that that group has a green star showing. That means it's added as a favorite, which will display underneath your control panel. All right, if that doesn't happen, just click the green arrow next to the name of the group. All right, so click OK. All right, so now how to grade the group report. So you can see that even though the preview user is the one that submitted the report, all of the students in the group have a weighting, a grading for that particular assignment. So you could actually go into any one of them and then click the group report, submission. So it shows all the students in the groups. What that does is allows you to give a different grade for some of the students if the group did a group evaluation and they stated, for example, that student Delcourt, didn't do part of the work they were supposed to do. Say the group got the full 50 points, and then, but we were going to give student Delcourt just 35 because they didn't pull their weight. But make sure you click the check mark that saves that grade for that one student, and then if you haven't changed the grades for any of the others, they'll get whatever points you assign here. Okay, so then just click submit. And you'll see that student Delcourt got the 35 and the others got the full points. All right, so that's basically how you grade a group assignment. All right, so if you have any questions about these groups and the tutorials provided in the tutorial area of the module, don't answer your questions, of course, don't hesitate to contact the Teaching Learning Center. All right, thank you.